Hello friends. The new issue is always on time. There is something to discuss today. Russia to increase strength of its army to protect independence, Medvedev. Russia will increase the strength of its armed forces to effectively protect its independence and security, Deputy Chairman of the Security Council Dmitry Medvedev has said. For the effective defense of the independence and security of our state, a package of measures will be taken to increase the strength of the armed forces, he said at a special meeting. Medvedev noted that there were plans to form one more army corps, 7 divisions, 19 brigades, 49 regiments and 1 flotilla next year. About 180 incoming attacks by Ukrainian forces recorded in borderline Belgorod region. The Ukrainian armed forces fired about 180 munitions at populated areas of the Belgorod region over the past day, Regional Governor Vyacheslav Gladkov said on his Telegram channel. He also noted that the village of Krasny Khutor in the Belgorod region was shelled by Ukrainian forces with a grenade launcher and a sniper rifle. The village of Zhuravlevka in the Belgorod region came under artillery fire with 2 attacks recorded. One explosive device was also dropped from a drone in Zhuravlevka. As many as 116 grenade launchers and 10 shots from a sniper rifle were fired at the village of Krasny Khutor. There were no casualties or damage, Gladkov reported. According to the governor, the Ukrainian armed forces shelled the outskirts of the village of Zapovka, Borisovsky district, with mortars. 6 attacks were recorded. In the Volokhanovsky district, 8 mortar shells were fired on the outskirts of the Stary farmstead. Enemy forces dropped 4 fragmentation munitions from an unmanned aerial vehicle on the outskirts of the village of Spodaryashino, Gravoronsky municipal district. 9 mortar shells were fired on the outskirts of the village of Makryo-Orlovka and 5 on the outskirts of Zarakhy-Burvoy. The village of Kazinka also came under fire with 8 attacks recorded. No one was injured. 5 private residences were damaged by shell fragments, roofs, facades and fences were slashed, the governor noted. 4 mortar shells were fired at the villages of Sareta, Krasnoy and Baki on October 24, all in the Shebekinsky district. 3 mortar shells were fired at Makin and 2 at Terezovka. In the village of Murom, the enemy dropped 1 fragmentation munition from a drone. Novaya Tavolzenka came under mortar fire with 5 attacks recorded. As a result of the shelling, damage was detected in 1 private residence, windows were blown out, the facade and roof were slashed, the head of the region added. Russia's top brass reports downing 2 American ATACMS missiles for first time. Russian air defense forces shot down 2 US-made ATACMS missiles over the past day in the special military operation in Ukraine, Russia's defense ministry reported on Wednesday. Russia's defense ministry did not report earlier about the destruction of ATACMS missiles. During the last 24-hour period, air defense capabilities intercepted 2 US-made ATACMS tactical missiles, an S-200 surface-to-air missile converted for striking ground targets, 2 HARM anti-radiation missiles and 2 rockets of the US-manufactured HIMARS multiple launch rocket system, the ministry said in a statement. Russian forces repulsed 15 Ukrainian attacks in Kupiansk area over past day. Russian forces repulsed 15 Ukrainian army attacks in the Kupiansk area over the past day, the ministry reported. In the Kupiansk direction, units of the Western Battle Group supported by aircraft, artillery and heavy flamethrowers repulsed in their active operations 15 attacks by forces of the Ukrainian Army's 14th, 32nd, 43rd, 54th and 67th Mechanized Brigades and 101st Territorial Defense Brigade near the settlements of Timkovka and Sinkovka in the Kharkov region and Nadia in the Lugansk People's Republic. The ministry said. Near the localities of Volchansk and Ogortsovo, Russian forces wiped out ammunition depots of the Ukrainian Army's 1st Special Operations Brigade, the ministry said. The enemy's losses totaled over 145 personnel, 2 infantry fighting vehicles and 2 motor vehicles. In counter-battery fire, a US-made M777 howitzer and 2 Vostok motorized artillery systems were destroyed, the ministry reported. Russian forces repel 3 Ukrainian attacks in Krasny Lyman area over past day. Russian forces repelled 3 Ukrainian army attacks in the Krasny Lyman area, eliminating roughly 30 enemy troops over the past day, the ministry reported. The enemy's losses in the Krasny Lyman area over the past 24 hours amounted to 30 personnel, 2 armored combat vehicles and 3 motor vehicles, it said. Russian forces also inflicted damage by firepower on the personnel and military hardware of the Ukrainian Army's 63rd Mechanized Brigade near the settlement of Torskoy in the Donetsk Peoples Republic, the ministry reported. Kyiv loses over 500 troops in Donetsk area over past day. Russian forces struck Ukrainian army units in the Donetsk area, killing and wounding more than 500 enemy troops over the past day, the ministry reported. Units of Russia's Battle Group South supported by aircraft and artillery repulsed 5 attacks by assault groups of the Ukrainian Army's 24th Mechanized and 77th Airmobile Brigades near the settlements of Kurdiamovka, Andriivka, Kirovo and Maloy-Lianovka in the Donetsk People's Republic, the ministry said. In counter-battery fire, Russian forces also destroyed a US-made M777 howitzer and a Gvozdika motorized artillery system, the ministry added. Russian forces destroy 160 Ukrainian troops in South Donetsk area over past day. Russian forces struck 3 Ukrainian army brigades in the South Donetsk area, destroying roughly 160 enemy troops and a tank over the past day, the ministry reported. In the South Donetsk direction, units of the Battle Group East in interaction with Army aircraft and artillery inflicted damage by firepower on amassed personnel of the Ukrainian Army's 72nd Mechanized, 58th Motorized Infantry and 128th Territorial Defense Brigades near the city of Ugledar, the settlements of Urozhnoye and Staromayorskoye in the Donetsk People's Republic, the ministry said. The Ukrainian Army's losses in the South Donetsk direction over the past 24 hours totaled as many as 160 personnel, a tank and 3 motor vehicles, the ministry specified. Russian forces repel 5 Ukrainian attacks in Zaporizhzhia area over past day. Russian forces repelled 5 Ukrainian army attacks in the Zaporizhzhia area over the past day, the ministry reported. The enemy's losses in the Zaporizhzhia area over the past 24 hours totaled as many as 85 Ukrainian personnel, 4 tanks, 5 armored combat vehicles and 2 motor vehicles, the ministry said. Russian air defenses downed 2 Ukrainian MiG-29 fighters, Su-25 attack plane over past day. Russian air defense forces shot down 2 Ukrainian MiG-29 fighter jets, a Su-25 attack aircraft and an L-39 combat training plane over the past day, the ministry reported. Russian air defenses destroy 51 military drones in Ukraine operation over past day. Russian air defense forces destroyed 51 Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles over the past day, the ministry reported. I hope you were interested. That's it, see you soon.